Well, it's a little bit rainy today, but we're gonna see if we can get some work done. I think I'm gonna work up here in the V-berth. I'd like to get this whole area ready to paint, but to do that I need to add the little furring strips in here that are gonna that we can attach the battens to, and same thing on that side. And then up forward I need to install, there's another tiny bulkhead that goes across there, and eventually I want to do a chain locker up there, but for now I'm just going to get the little bulkhead installed, and I think after I do that I'll be able to paint in here. Alright, so I've got all these pieces cut, and I just went through and about every, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch I cut a little groove. I already stuck this one on, and it bent to the shape pretty easily. So I just gotta do a few more. I'm just going to leave a little gap in the middle, and I'm going to put some hot glue there. Alright, so I've got this tabbed in, and I want to eventually take this bulkhead all the way up and make the top of this section a little chain locker. So when I get ready to, I'll probably just put like a shelf on top of this that goes forward to the bow and get that all tabbed into the hole and sealed up good. Then I'll put this outside piece on, and that way there's a nice flat area in there for the chain locker, and we can do a drain that drains overboard. I also need to come back and cut out access to this little locker under here. And I've been working on cutting out this bilge access here, and I had to come back and glass in these little supports on either side just to strengthen up this plywood. After I cut this out, it was kind of soft here, bent a little bit. Now I just need to go through and glue in these little strips underneath so that this hatch can sit on top of them. I also finished painting these little panels to cover this port side bunk. And I've got those all in place. I just need to come back and I'm going to add a piano hinge across here, like I did over here on this side, so that you have easy access to open this up, and the starter batteries in there, and it'll just be easier than having to lift the whole thing out. And these I just left full pieces. I figured probably not going to be getting in there as often, so it won't be that hard to just pull those whole panels out. And then I just need to make one more over here to cover back to there to make that a full bunk. Or actually I'm going to run it all the way back to the back, that way we can store stuff back in there. I'd like to have room to be able to stick a little 12-volt fridge freezer back in there. So I'm just about done with these little access hatches. I had to add these little support pieces along the sides, so that took a while. I screwed and glued them in just with some thickened epoxy, and I had to add a pretty beefy piece up under here on the inside just to stiffen this section up, but it's pretty solid now. So I just need to add some little holes, finger holes. And then same thing up here. Got this set up. Just added some little strips of cedar just to support the sides of the lid. So that's ready. And the only other thing up here is to support the sides of this piece. There's no structure underneath there, so I'm just going to add a little strip of tabbing right in here on both sides, and that'll stiffen that up. Hey, what's up guys? So I've been up here prepping to paint some of the wood in here, get it primed. I've got this all cut out and ready to be painted. Got all the supports in there to hold the lid for this little access. And I've got the tabbing in there, and this is like super stiff now. I'm gonna get all this wood sealed up so that when it comes time to paint the hole and everything in here, I can clean it with water, spray all the dust off with the water hose. It just makes it a lot easier to make sure you clean all the dust. And I did decide to go ahead and build out this little chain locker area. It may not be a chain locker right now, but at least it'll be built in while I have. It makes sense to do it while I have all the fiberglass exposed. That way I can just go ahead and get it all tabbed in and in place. And it will also really strengthen the deck up here whenever this, because the little bulkhead is going to go all the way up. I've got this all tabbed in up here. So I just need to do some sanding, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint in there everywhere that because I'm not really gonna be able to reach very much once I put this outer piece on. So I want to paint as much as I can up there. So this is the piece that's gonna cover it, and I've already cut out the hole, and I have a door that I'm gonna use for this. And I've fiberglassed the inside just to protect the wood better. And so this is ready to be installed once I get that painted. Finished with the floor up here in the V-berth, or the cabin sole, or whatever you want to call it. I decided to use some kiwi grip, and it turned out pretty nice. I went a little bit more aggressive than I wanted to. I just put it on a little too thick, so there's some pointy bits, but I've seen a lot of people just come back and lightly sand the sharp points off, and then it's fine after that. So this is the old door for the fridge, the old fridge that used to be on the boat, or the old ice box. It's a nice solid teak piece of wood, and I cut this hole out so that I could reuse this door. And this is the old hardware. It looks pretty cool, and it's really beefy and strong. This is the little handle latch assembly. So I think it'll look pretty cool, and I think it'll be cool to reuse that somewhere else on the boat, because I really didn't have anywhere else to use it. So I think it'll look pretty good up there once this is all varnished up and looking good. Oh, also, you probably saw me using this 610 thickened epoxy. I wanted to try using this. I've used it before, but I've been having issues with mixing my own thickened epoxy with the 406. It's just too hot here, and it's just starts setting off before I can use all of it. If I mix up a big batch, it just starts curing because it's so hot. So this stuff just makes it a lot easier, and it's kind of expensive, but I can get these for about 15 bucks a piece, and they go a lot farther than you'd think. And also, when you're done, you can put this cap back on and save it for later. Alright, well, I'm going to end this video here, guys. I wanted to have the V-berth painted in there, but just took a little longer than I thought, so getting it prepped. So look for that in the next video, and also in the next video we're going to be varnishing the tow rail. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.